Let's talk about the shortstop. Well, actually, it's the cobalt now, so... The cobalt is a flanker primary side grade that works more like an aggressive version of one of Flanker's pistols. Rather than getting in a few cheap shots, then running away like a coward, you can just tear apart anyone below this threshold. Instead of having 6 shots, it only has 4. But you can fire them in a quicker succession than stock. But still a little slower than the Lupra, but, you know, still, it's much faster than stock. It's also much more accurate than stock, meaning you can just fill whoever you want with cobalt. The cobalt, unlike the shortstop of TF2, can't shove people, but instead you get 50% of your meter back if you're using a weapon that has a meter. This includes the Batarang, Rap Assassin, Sandman, Cold Shoulder, the Witch's Brew, the Bloxy Cola, and the Mad Milk. So far, this thing sounds absolutely amazing, but then there's a less ramp up in the damage penalty, meaning at a certain distance you just be peppering your enemies with, you know, salt? Yeah, which I think I'd say, you moron. The cobalt is better to be paired with the consumables and the throwables than any of Flanker's pistols. But speaking of consumables, what would pairing the cobalt with the Criticola even look like? Well... Not see the end of darkness. Oh no! Oh my god. Oh my god! Oh my god! Because of the potential to dish out a large amount of damage, this side grade is favored by all of those scout mains that don't have a partner to call theirs. What I'm saying is that this is a pretty light side grade for Flanker in my opinion. And if you pick this thing up after a few rounds or so, you can see why. You could just run up to a trooper or annihilator, then just blam, 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 make them bite the dust. Then you realize stock exists, and then you just reflect on all your life choices. The weapon you choose, the people you've disrespected, and you decide to ask yourself one last thing.
But doesn't the colbat reload its entire clip at once?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. So the cobalt does have a few things going for it, one of them being the fact it reloads its whole clip all at once. This makes the weapon much more spammable, and again, if you're using the Witch's Brew with it and manage to kill 2 people during the effects, you can just use it again right after you lose mini crits, making that a playstyle, and you'll never believe this, even more spammable! Some Cobalt flankers are genuinely so brain dead, they'll just run in headfirst trying to kill anyone they can, succeed in doing so, and then just repeat the process. And if they're a high level using the Cobalt and the Witch's Brew, just pray they'll leave after a round. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. To sum it all up, the Cobalt is a flanker side grade in a light of its own. It can be fun to use and just a nightmare to fight against, regardless of the flanker's level. It can fare well in close to mid-range and is just a complete mess of spices to use in the longer ranges. But still, it's a weapon that you should have fun with. So how should you, a man called Fuck! Never mind, just play it however you want. But if I load into a server and see way too many shortstop scouts than usual, I'm gonna lose my mind.